Fearsome Godzilla has evolved.
Holy crap, I'm in Fortnite!
What's up, Kaiju Bros? It's me, KaiJS, and today, in honor of Godzilla joining Fortnite this week, we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Spirits Enshrined Monsters Godzilla Evolved 2024 from Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. My cousin got me this figure from a GameStop as a Christmas present. The figure itself cost about $30, which is about the same price range of an average Bandai Movie Monster Series figure. With that in mind, is Godzilla Evolved a worthy item to add to your collection? Let's find out. Before we get into the thick of it, everybody knows we'll be taking a look at the box that this figure came in. On the front and back of the box, we'll see Godzilla where it's nose. When he skis in, he'll be leaving the other titans froze in. Wait, no, that's Shimo's job. On the sides and the top of the box, we'll see images of this figure from different angles, in front of a saturated pink background with rocks and hollow earth crystals in the back. I gotta say, this box does a really good job at grabbing my attention. It shows you exactly what to expect inside. It makes me even more excited to see what's inside. Well, for such a big box, it sure likes to make a big deal out of itself when in reality, it's carrying a figure the size of a Funko Pop. Now, despite a small thing coming from such a big package, this figure is really well put together, all things considered. Starting with the sculpt and details, you can certainly tell that it's a stylized version of Godzilla Evolved. Just look at the massive head and shortened body proportions. That's not even a bad thing. I actually really dig the stylization on this thing. Putting all that aside, Bandai continues to kill it with sculpt and details. Just by looking at it, you can, without a doubt, tell that this is Legendary's Godzilla. Yeah, the dorsal plates may be smaller and less sharp, but this isn't an X Plus statue or a fully articulated SH Monster Arts figure. You really get to take in all the nice details with this guy. Outside of the cool scaly texture on the figure's exterior, there's even fine detailing inside the mouth. Even the bottom of the feet are detailed to look how they do on the actual design. There's not much else to say about the figure sculpt other than it looks absolutely amazing. One minor gripe that I do have with it is how the lines on the forearms where the glue seal is can be a bit distracting at times. Even so, that's just a minor nitpick. As for the paint on this figure, it does its job really well. Godzilla will remain his signature charcoal gray throughout most of his body, but areas like his mouth, eyes, arm blades, and dorsal plates will be a really nice metallic pink. The pink paint on the back will be present all the way up to the tip of the tail, which is always nice to see nowadays. Something I'd like to point out is that Godzilla's teeth don't seem to be white on this statue. They seem to be more of a lighter pink, which doesn't take away from the figure at all in my opinion. Overall, the figure is really well painted, and all of the appropriate colors were chosen for it. Nothing phenomenal, but it gets the job done well, and it looks really nice regardless.
Hey everyone, it's me KaiJS, and I wanted to interrupt this video for a quick moment to tell you that we have a Discord server. It's a place where you can interact with and talk with other people and fans, or maybe even talk with me. In this server, you'll be notified about upcoming videos and have access to some other awesome stuff. You can talk about your favorite games and movies, share pictures of your favorite figures, and just have a laugh. The link to the Kaijurosaurus server will be in the description of this video. That's all I have to say in this short interruption. I'll shut up and let you get back to the review. See you there!
Now, in terms of articulation, the tail is the only point of articulation we're getting from this thing. This thing honestly doesn't really need articulation, but I guess it's nice that it has this. I personally don't like moving the tail all that much, since the way it's engineered onto this figure can cause the paint to chip off, and might even damage the figure itself. Just something to keep in mind if you plan on picking this guy up. To sum up, paint and details are great, and articulation isn't all that relevant. Now, let's see how Godzilla scales with our other figures. Here's Godzilla next to the Playmates Godzilla Evolved and Shimo figures from the Godzilla vs. Shimo 2-pack box set. Enshrined Godzilla will stand shorter than Playmates Godzilla, but taller than Shimo, unless she stands bipedally. Now, here's Godzilla next to a Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla Final Wars 2004, and a Bandai Movie Monster Series Kong 2021 from Godzilla vs. Kong. Enshrined Godzilla stands shorter than both of them. Here's how Godzilla scales next to a Super 7 Godzilla 1954 figure, and a Mezco Toy Showa Godzilla from the Godzilla vs. Hedorah box set. This time, Enshrined Godzilla stands slightly taller than both of them. Let's spice things up a bit and put Godzilla next to a Polinian Alvin figure and a Kaiju number 8 figure from SH Figuarts. As you probably expected, Alvin and Kaiju 8 stand taller than Godzilla. So what do I think about this Bandai Spirits Enshrined Monsters Godzilla Evolved 2024 statue? As per usual, Bandai does a great job with the paint and details on this figure, making it a cool stylized take on Godzilla Evolved while maintaining its accuracy and flair. In terms of articulation, barely any is present, but at the same time, articulation isn't needed on a figure like this. This figure isn't meant to scale next to your accurate Godzilla figures, as it's meant to be something a bit different from what we normally see. In that case, it does its job excellently. As a result, the final verdict for the Bandai Spirits Enshrined Monsters Godzilla Evolved 2024 statue will be a 10 out of 10, a full 5 stars. If you're a collector and want to spice up your collection with something different, then I highly recommend this figure. So, that concludes my review on the Bandai Spirits Enshrined Monsters Godzilla Evolved 2024. Goodness gracious, that name's a handful. Of course, some of you may agree with what I have to say, and some of you may have a different opinion from mine. I encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I read them, and I try to respond to them as much as I can. That's the end of this video. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed, then be sure to hit the like button, not only for YouTube's algorithm, but to let me know that I'm posting good content. If you know a Godzilla fan who's interested in these kinds of things, then maybe even consider sharing this video with them. Also, if it's your first time here, now would be a good time to check out some of my other content. Who knows, maybe if you like what you see enough, you can subscribe? It would seriously mean a lot, and it would help out. Want to see another video just like this? You can find another figure review of mine in the top right corner, where I take a look at the SH Figuarts Ultraman Best Selection action figure. If you hit the bell, you'll also be notified when I upload more reviews. For the next one, in honor of Hatsune Miku's upcoming movie, and her upcoming arrival to Fortnite alongside Godzilla, we'll be taking a look at the fully articulated Figma Hatsune Miku figure. Or so I thought it was. I'm also on more social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, so the links to those will be in the description as well. I think that covers it, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later, Kaiju Bros. Stomp on. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada da, bada da. Let me begin. Why are you still here? Go away!